Hey, how's it going? I'm here to explain to you guys what my ethical dilemma research project is. And basically, what I chose was the Operation Midnight Climax, a project by the CIA. And the main source of this project was to explain ethical dilemmas that were unethical at the time, which now we know are the root of why we say things are ethical or unethical. So these are basically what's right, what's wrong, stuff for us to look at and learn from. So, Operation Midnight Climax. So you're looking at the mid to late 1950s, and this is a group of experimentations done across the country. And what you're seeing is this new form of drugs that people are seeing in the pop culture across the country with this youth culture. You're seeing it being used as a mind-altering drug. People are very unaware of, and people just don't understand it yet. They see its power. They see how it can control the minds of the youth. Not necessarily control the minds of the youth, but alter it. And the CIA viewed this as like a very potent weapon that they could use, and that they eventually need to take control of, because this is this is just too powerful for the public to just have freedom of. So, what you're going to look at is these CIA agents would have safe houses, and what they would do is they would make these mass amounts of LSD components, and dose people with this illegal drug, and by placing LSD in their drinks at, per se, nightclubs, and more importantly, brothels, which is the main source of their research. So what they did is they basically wanted to get these people that were vulnerable to not being able to say anything or speak up, because who's going to go and speak out when you're found at a brothel and you say that you got dosed with a drug you were unaware of? That's just not something that people go and report to the police. So basically, these people were seeing that the CIA thought that you could control the minds of people. And this was a project under Operation Artichoke, which is purely to research interrogation and basically make it easier for people to be interrogated and draw information out of. So what they realized is a major failure. You couldn't drive information out of people by drugging them without their knowledge. If anything, it made it worse, to make it harder to interrogate people. And there was one known death, which was Frank Olson in New York City, because this was done across the country. More importantly, major cities such as San Francisco, New York City, and basically 2 out of the 3 major cities in the United States. And this one guy, he was 38, and he was in a nightclub, and he got dosed with a LSD in his drink. And he went back to his hotel room and jumped out the window, and his family sued the government for, I think, $750,000, $750,000, and won the case, because the CIA, they knew that he had been dosed and the information had come out, but the CIA had dropped the project because there was just no information that would lead to their desired discoveries. So they stopped research, they stopped funding, and a lot of the unethical parts about it is that they would do it to people unknowingly, and they would also, under the same guy who was over the top of these experiments, had dosed mentally handicapped children. And it's quite sickening to think that people would unknowingly dose people alone, let alone handicapped children that were unable to talk and speak about it afterwards, let alone say no and push this fact away by simply, they're just unaware of much of anything around them, and it's very sad to see them being taken advantage of for, quote, research purposes. And overall, it's a very good learning experience for modern day to be just be aware that placebo effects are very unethical, and especially mind-altering substances that we know little to nothing about. And it's something that we should all learn, and it's not okay, and it's never going to be okay for people to be just drugged against their will. And that's all. Thank you.